The sword of truth, Christ consciousness versus false light. My original download reads like this. The sword of truth, you ain't really about that Christ-like life. This is a deep dive into the universal love force of the highest light, which we also refer to as Christ consciousness. This is an energy from source that supersedes all human-made laws, systems, and structures that operate as false light in its opposite frequency currently on this planet. While those who claim to follow the ways of Christ work to maintain outward appearances of love and light, at their core, they walk in a spirit of judgment, place conditions on love, and see themselves as above or better than those who do not live the way they live. There is the concept of image over love, hypocrisy over truth, and intolerance over acceptance of all. Love that seeks to diminish instead of expand does not coincide with high-level love. This is love that is higher realm reality that many claim to possess, but it is the rare soul that truly does. Yeshua loved and accepted all, from the supposed holy to the prostitute. There is no difference between the two. All are souls created equally under the Creator's hand. One of a pure heart will walk amongst deceivers, and those of false light will be able to quickly discern the difference between what's of highest love and what is illusion or deception. Join with others who carry within them the true flame of source love. We must be diligent in fighting to spread the real love and the real light. This is the only way to overcome it. In the end, light and the earth angels anointed directly by the divine and not man will prevail. All that is not of the highest light is always revealed. Cat. So, yeah, this download came in today. Deeply guided. So, again, the name of this episode is The Sword of Truth, Christ Consciousness versus False Light, by an Afro-Indigenous woman walking the sacred path. Me, myself, Medicine Woman Cat. Welcome to the Joyful Experience podcast. If you are new here, thank you for joining. And if you're an old friend, welcome back. So blessings, family. I'm coming today to you with the sword of truth in hand and love in my heart. I want to talk about something that's been sitting heavy on my spirit. Something I've been discerning for a while because spirit doesn't let me stay silent when truth is being twisted. And if you've ever felt the sting of judgment from those who claim to walk in love, or you've questioned what's real in a world full of performance and pretense, this episode is for you. So this first segment is called Christ Consciousness is Not Religion. Let's start here. Christ consciousness is not the same thing as Christianity. This path isn't about dogma, denomination, or rules made by men. It's a frequency, a vibration, a divine current straight from source. Christ consciousness is radical love. Love that liberates. Love that doesn't ask you to perform or pretend. It's the kind of love Yeshua walked with when he sat with outcasts, when he healed with no expectation, when he challenged systems built on power and appearance. Oof, does that not still go on? Too many today are claiming love and light while moving from ego, claiming holiness while judging others for being too worldly, too queer, too messy, too real, too sexual, too whatever it is. That ain't love. That's control. That's false light, okay? False light and spiritual performance. Let's get into that. False light mimics the real thing but lacks the heart. It's polished, image focused, conditional. It says, we accept you if you look like us, act like us, talk like us. It trades spiritual depth for performance, and it feeds the ego, not the soul. You'll know it when you feel it. It's the tightness in your chest when someone's quoting scripture at you but not actually seeing you. It's the shame you feel after walking into a space that's supposed to be sacred, a space or a person. But instead of that, it feels cold, controlling. I know I've been there. I've also walked among earth angels, warriors of a real light who carry the presence of the divine without needing a stage or a title. They walk in love, not performance. They see with spirit, and they listen with heart. What does it mean to walk in the true flame? To walk in the true flame of source love means you're rooted in something deeper than the image. It means you walk in compassion. You don't need to control anyone else's path because you're tending to your own flame with integrity. You can sit with those who society calls unclean or unholy, quote unquote, and see the divine in them, just like Yeshua did. Because there's no hierarchy in love. We're all sacred. We're all reflections of the Creator. And let me tell you, we all have infinite lifetimes. Do you think in every lifetime you are holy? Do you think not in some lifetimes you are the prostitute? You are the downtrodden. You are the forsaken. You are the drug addict. You are the whatever it is that people think they are better than. Guess what, love? It is you. That you judge is you in some incarnation at some point in time. And this is why it is recommended not to judge, because you're judging your damn self. This requires surrender. It requires courage to stand in truth when false light is loud, funded, and flashy. But I promise you, the truth will always rise. And the anointed ones, the ones chosen by the Most High, not by human hands, will prevail. And so here is a call to the real ones. So I say this to my fellow warriors of light. Keep your flame. Walk in your truth. Don't dim your shine to be accepted by false light. No. Fuck that. I would say I'm sorry that I'm cursing, but I'm not sorry because I am who I am. You accept it or you don't. So that brings me to, don't shrink to fit into temples that were not built for your spirit to thrive. Let me say that again. Don't shrink to fit into temples that were not built for your spirit to thrive. Love is the weapon. Truth is the shield. Discernment is the sword. And you're the altar, the temple, the living word. Link with others who walk the same path. Build with those who love without condition. Protect your peace. Protect your walk. You know, we are the ones who remember. We are the ones who burn with a sacred fire. And in the end, light always wins. If this message moved something in your spirit, share it. Speak on it. Meditate on it. Bring it into your daily walk. Because the world doesn't need more performers. It needs more truth bearers. It needs you. I love you. I see you. Keep walking in that holy flame. And I do have some optional closing affirmations that would be wonderful to repeat and also share if you like. And that is, I walk in the truth of love. I carry the flame of Christ consciousness. I am not here to perform. I am here to embody. I walk with discernment and I live in light. Thank you all for listening to this little mini episode. I just really needed to get this information and this download out there. I've been talking about Christ consciousness for a while. If you follow my socials, my podcast, or me personally, some years I've always spoken on this subject. And I've always spoken on the power of high vibrational love in general. I normally speak about it from the perspective of romance when it comes to the high vibrational love series that I have on YouTube and its companion ebook on my Patreon that you can download and show support. Shameless plug there. But still, when it comes down to it, it's above even romance. High vibrational love is divine source love. And when you want to apply it to your romantic partnerships, it is the same concept. We cannot expect to love from the highest light and the highest way while simultaneously judging someone. It is so sickening to me that it's in the Bible. Like, everyone knows this phrase and this scripture about judge not. But yet so many people walk around doing that same shit. Constantly. Why? What is it that there's there's an imbalance. That's the only way I can say it. It's just, there's an imbalance, and there's an imbalance of false light parading as true light. And people look at a woman like me and they say, oh, well, she's a medicine woman. She's a holy woman. I don't look like how you think I'm supposed to look. I don't act like how you think I'm supposed to act. I'm a multifaceted, multi-layered soul. And I'm an ancient soul. I've been around the block of life, of incarnations, of various types. I've been the poorest of the poor and the richest of the rich. I have been good and I've been quote unquote bad. And so, what does that make me? That makes me a reflection of the divine in every way, because we all are nothing but sparks of the divine, and we live each lifetime as an experience so that the divine can know itself. And when you understand that, you have no space to judge anyone for anything, because by gosh, you probably were that. You probably are that. And I say are instead of were because time is not linear. It is constant and simultaneous. So in some other reflection of life, you are that very person that you're judging. You're judging yourself. That is that's hypocrisy. Don't stop. Okay, just stop. You don't have to be like that. It is so sad that the world's religions have become the epitome of separation for humanity. Christ himself didn't have a religion. Didn't have a religion, simply a frequency and a vibration of highest love and light. And those who walk around dressed in robes of what they consider to be holy, yet their hearts are not. In time, all of that is revealed. For the true warriors of light out there, it's only a matter of time before the veil is lifted. The divine will always show you, either through the person's actions or through their spirit or energetic frequency, who they truly are. Always, 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 always the chosen ones are able to see through many veils of deception. And it's, I don't know, a gift and a curse, but it's necessary. Because if you join forces with the wrong souls, you're going to be walking in a false way when you could be walking in truth, love, and light. And truth is not popular. There's an African saying that says the speaker of truth has no friends. Why? Because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the truth, though. Why do you think they wanted to crucify Yeshua? The false light always wants to stop the truth. But we're not going to be stopped. We're not going to be dimmed or diminished. And I'm hoping that this message comes across in the way that I want. I am not intending to sound, well, I don't know what the right word is, but I'm fiery for this subject. I'm fiery and I'm passionate for this subject because I've seen true love and light in people, and it's beautiful, and it doesn't judge, it doesn't deceive. And so when you experience that, and then you experience the opposite, it's very disheartening. It's very discouraging at times. It feels like that, but keep walking knowing that there's others who are in the true spirit of the highest love and light. Something that operates above all of these systems and structures in place that are created for various reasons, control, for what have you, many, many reasons why they're in place. So I'm done. I am out of words for this subject. Thank you so much for listening, and continue on in love and light, in real love and light. Peace and blissful vibrations to you all.